Hi, and welcome to SVG's Sports Tech Blog On Demand. We've got a great show today. I'm sitting here with Thomas Jensen, Vice President of Technical Operations for Solid State Logic. Thomas is going to talk about a brand new project that opened up in February, the new NBCUniversal Boston Media Center. It's a 6-studio complex, and it's built on an entirely IP backbone, and it uses 5 Solid State System T broadcast audio production consoles. Hi, Thomas. How are you?
I'm good, thank you, Dan.
Okay, great. Tell us about this project. What are the key points that we need to know about this very complex project?
Yeah, so obviously, as you're saying, this is a new facility that was built from the ground up by NBC, where they basically are merging 4 different networks into one building. They were taking NBC Boston, NBC Sports, Telemundo, and New England Cable News, and putting them under the same roof so that they could share this large facility and utilize all of the control rooms equally across the different networks. So the sheer scale of this installation really required them to go to an IP-based solution. So when they started looking for equipment, they were specifically looking for IP-based equipment, both on the video side and on the audio side. And right around the time that they started looking, SSL had just brought out our new broadcast platform called System T, which is a IP-based system. Mm-hmm. So both our audio engines, all of the I/O, and the control devices are basically devices that sit on the network and are able to communicate directly on IP with all of the other devices that sit on that network, which allows a high level of flexibility in terms of routing between the 5 control rooms that they have, and sharing resources as and when needed by the different rooms as productions move between room. So they wanted to build these 5 control rooms to have the same layout and access to all of the different machines.
That must have dramatically improved efficiency at the facility, right?
It did, yes, it did. So one of the designs were that all of the control rooms by default were under production automation control. So they didn't really need a physical control surface in each of the control rooms as they were being operated by Ross Overdrive. So each of the audio consoles were based on our headless control system. And all of the controls are done through a touchscreen interface that was KVM through the entire facility, so that from any control room, they can bring up the touchscreen interface for any of the consoles within the facility and make adjustments. So they can either work on their own console, or as we saw during the development phase of the project, the NBC engineering people could sit from a centralized location and adjust all the parameters for all 5 control rooms at the same time. One of the other things that they did to increase flexibility was, in case of a manual requirement to interact with the system, 2 of the control rooms were actually fitted with 2 small control surfaces from us. Now, the control surfaces were not directly connected to the audio consoles in that control room. They were connected to the network at large, so that they could, again, log into any of the other consoles and actually remote control them for the maximum amount of flexibility.
Thomas, just give us a very quick overview of the connectivity pathways here.
Right, yeah, so the consoles and all of the audio devices are all basically connected directly together on a large network. NBC was very specific about finding as many native IP devices as possible. So all of the devices, like the wireless microphones from Shure, the Inco playout systems, the RTS intercom, and all of the SSL I/O were all native IP devices. Now, they were all using the Dante protocol. So that meant that when you connect all these things on the network, which we ended up with something like 150 devices, giving us a total of 7,000 sources and destinations, they were all instantly recognized by the console's routing software, and we could immediately start making routes to and from all of these native devices.
You've got a real broadcast facility for the future here.
Yes, it was designed to be future-proof in terms of scalability and and the ability to get more and more things in there, bringing on another control room at some point in the near future, we hope.
Great,
So,
great. And just to wrap up, is there anything else that you want to communicate to the community here about coming up from SSL, some new product perhaps?
yeah, certainly. We are launching. We have been working hard on future software development for System T. Some of the things that we're incorporating is immersive sound mixing, so that the system is able to do Atmos mixing and large format productions for entertainment shows, or even sporting events that require immersive sound as that becomes part of our reality and audio.
Great, great. Thanks for taking the time today. Thomas Jensen from Solid State Logic. Thanks, Thomas. Stay healthy, stay well.
Thank you very much.